In NuME Recovery and Wellness Centers, we focus on three core areas of your wellness: weight management, longevity, and performance. These areas are all influenced by key factors such as nutrition and supplementation, sleep, fitness activity, and stress management. To support your journey towards better health, we've partnered with some of the leading companies in these fields, providing you cutting edge tools designed to help you take control of your wellness. So today we're excited to introduce Craig Goldberg. Craig is the president and co-founder of InHarmony and a certified vibroacoustic therapy practitioner on a quest to help humanity achieve a deeper sense of inner calmness through the use of sound and vibration. His work is backed by 40 plus years of experience. As a patented inventor, he's constantly exploring new ways to help people reduce stress, anxiety, heal, and transform their lives for the better. In our conversation, we'll explore our partnership, Craig's journey in the field of vibroacoustic therapy. We'll also be discussing InHarmony's technology use cases and some of the benefits of vibroacoustic therapy. So Craig, welcome. If you could take a moment, introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your background and a little bit about how InHarmony came to be.
So honored to be here. What's happening, Jason? Thank you for that spectacular introduction. It's a pleasure, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful to know you. I'm grateful to have been introduced to the very spectacular Raven and Rob. I'm honored and excited to be a part of what you're building and the future of what you're building as well. It's really exciting and beautiful, and I just know you're going to touch and help a lot of people. I'm sure you already have. Yeah, really honored to be here. I like to share with people just a little bit about my background. So I'm originally from New York. I grew up on Long Island. I went to college. I played junior Olympic volleyball through high school. And after college, I actually started working full time when I was 19, going to school in Manhattan and working 12-hour days during the day. I was stressed and anxious, and I had no idea how stressed and how anxious I actually was. I think just being a law-abiding citizen in this amazing country and society that we've co-created leads to stress and anxiety. There's just not enough time in the day for me to do all the things that I need to do. I've been at the helm of building InHarmony along with my incredible co-founder and business partner, Dominic Carnevale, one of the best human beings on the planet, one of the best partnerships I've ever had. And we could certainly talk a little bit more about that, but we've been doing this together for the better part of the last 8 years. And I still got stress and I still got anxiety. Look, that buying our tech, investing in our tech isn't necessarily going to take that stress and anxiety away. It's just going to help you cope with it better. And I think that that's a really important inclination. It's going to keep you calm and relaxed longer so that you can handle everything that's being thrown at you, because that input hasn't changed for me. I have a 4.5-year-old daughter. I have an amazing wife. I have incredible friends. I have a business that is growing and exploding. The demands on my time have not decreased. However, the way that I handle the demands on my time, I have gotten better at. And that's really what this technology allows you to do. It allows you to stay in that parasympathetic, calm and relaxed state as the world is throwing more things at you. And I'll give you a great example. I have 2 vehicles. I've got a Ram. My wife has a Jeep. The check engine light feels like it's on every other week. I don't know what's going on. I bring it into the shop. They tell me they fixed it. They give it back to me. I don't need a new shop. I love the guys. I trust them. It's something different every single time. One's a 2018, one's a 2016. The turbo's out. Like, these things just happen, right? I got to go to the DMV and I got to register those vehicles. I got to have them each smogged. I got to get my mail every day. And it seems like there's more and more junk mail every single day. So like, just being a law-abiding citizen, I feel like society stacks more on our to-do list than there is time to do it. And that's before I even get to my honey-do list of all the things that I do around the house. So I think just being a law-abiding citizen breeds this stress, low-level stress and anxiety. And that's when everything's going right. All of a sudden you throw, the check engine light or a flat tire or, every time my daughter calls me in the middle of the afternoon, I'm always like, do I need to drop everything, clear my schedule and go pick her up? And, whatever, right? We've all had that feeling. So I think we need to do things to mitigate stress and anxiety. And we need to do things to help us to relax and to get back into that calm and relaxed state. And sound and vibration, vibroacoustic therapy is that tool. Really phenomenal for it.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to get really into that. I mean, we love the technology. We're huge on mitigating stress in a lot of different aspects of our lives. And like you mentioned, it is a constant barrage on our systems all the time. And when we do performance consulting, one of the things we talk about is taking care of the systems that have to take care of you. So if you're a highly driven individual, business professional, executive, law-abiding human being, there's stressors every single day, and that stuff just piles up. And so
Yeah.
that's kind of one of the things that we wanted to do inside of the wellness centers was give people access to technology and tools that'll help them mitigate that stress. And we do that from a number of different perspectives. We do it from balancing out their nutrition, their supplementation, sleep, helping them manage and have more restful sleep. So we have technologies around that. And then we have our individual modalities around, vibroacoustic therapy. We do a bunch of stuff with the sound lounge in our facility itself. And then we do some group meditation stuff that we've got rolling out. And so really exposing people and giving people access to different technologies that'll help them reduce stress in their lives.
So here's the cool part about what you just shared. And by the way, I love what you're doing with the multiple meditation cushions, dropping people into state together. Sound and vibration takes you there.
Hmm.
Meditation for a lot of people is an intimidating word. And what I want, and you just mentioned sleep as well. Sleep and meditation I kind of put in the same bucket because sleep and meditation are nothing more than a conscious perception of a slower brainwave state.
Mhm.
I'll say that again. Sleep and meditation are a conscious perspective or perception of a slower brainwave state. And all that means is your brain doesn't actually sleep. Your brain doesn't like doze off. Like we have the conscious perception every night. I like to sleep 8 to 10 hours if I can. I have a 4.5-year-old. I'm lucky to get 3.5 to 5 some nights. I literally just came back from the desert with just my wife. My daughter was over at grandma and grandpa's house, and we went to bed. We went to bed around 1 a.m. on Saturday night, and we woke up at noon. Like it was the most amazing thing. Literally, we both just woke up, no alarm clock, no daughter running into the bed waking us up. Like we really needed it, and it was fantastic. So sleep and meditation do the same thing. Your brain never actually sleeps. Here are your brain waves during sleep, right? The beta waves, which is eyes open, processing the world around you, drifting down into alpha, theta, delta, and even up into gamma, which is associated with higher thoughts of consciousness. But that alpha, theta, and delta brainwave state, the body is actually rejuvenating during those different brainwave states. So beta, eyes open, processing the world around you, the most amount of stimuli, the brain is prepared and on task for whatever is handling it about around you. When you close your eyes, you're removing a lot of the threat mechanisms associated with survival mode because you can't see anything. And you're not focused on hearing anything when you're listening to our music meditations. You're not feeling anything because all of the mechanoreceptors are tuned to the same frequency that's coming up through the bed. When I say you're not feeling anything, you're not feeling and evaluating threats because every mechanoreceptor, which is how we perceive touch, is sending the same signal to the brain. So when you're laying on the sound lounge or when you're in a meditative state or when you're sleeping, your brain and your body is actually moving in and out of these different brainwave states and doing different things to rejuvenate the body. Different things happen in different brainwave states. So whether you're meditating, whether you're laying on the sound lounge and you're being taken to a meditative state, even though there's no pressure on you to do anything, you're just relaxing and losing yourself in the music, or you're lying in bed sleeping at night, the brain is moving in and out of these different brainwave states through the different sleep cycles, and the body is rejuvenating, recharging, and replenishing itself in a multitude of different ways. Think of it like you've been working all day and your desk is a mess, and before you go home at night, you just want to clean up your desk so you come into a clean desk the next morning. That's basically what a quick meditation can be. It helps you to organize the desk of the brain. And one last thing that I'll put on this, why I love the sound lounge or the meditation cushion so much is because we can literally induce a different brainwave state using sound and vibration. Ultimately, we're getting you down into theta and sometimes delta. 22 minutes in theta is equivalent to about 4 to 6 hours of sleep. So now all of a sudden, you are quite literally giving yourself a hack, giving yourself an opportunity to get more from less, and give yourself an opportunity to play catch up and do so very efficiently, very effectively, and over and over and over again by simply coming into your wellness center.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's pretty incredible because we when we started incorporating practices into our consulting business well before the wellness centers, we the mental piece was a huge component of that, and so we started with meditation. But what we found, especially in highly driven individuals or people that have to have a high level of cognitive function that are on the go and have a lot of things going on, meditation is a little bit tricky because it requires a tremendous amount of practice. You're asking the mind to govern the mind, right? Which has always got some challenges in and of itself. And so we shifted our practice over to more embodiment based practices and trying to get out of the mind a little bit and try to utilize more of the physical sensations along with breath work and things like that. And so we found that to be highly, highly effective.
Yeah.
As we were going through that process, we were introduced to InHarmony, and I'm like, oh my God, this thing, we got to try this thing. This is awesome. And so being able to put you in a state where you're getting that vibroacoustic therapy, but you're also disrupting the system a little bit because you have so much physical sensation. And until I actually tried the product, I did not really comprehend how much physical sensation, even from the meditation cushions, right? When you go in through that meditation process and you have a really hard time settling in and you jump on this cushion and you kind of, it disrupts your entire spatial awareness of where you are and everything else. And it just takes you totally off the grid and allows you to be able to, process things totally differently. Your brain's functioning at a totally different level with it.
Yes. I mean, look, sound and vibration is really powerful. And you hit the nail on the head, the embodiment. Your physical body is brought into the experience. You are quite literally feeling the same thing you are hearing. And this creates a three-dimensional, fully immersive experience. We said that word meditation is intimidating for a lot of people. And that is because it is a process. That is because it does take time to quiet the mind. And you're not silencing the mind when you're trying to meditate. You're not turning off your brain's thought patterns or your ability to think. The brain only knows how to do one thing, and that is to think. The thoughts just keep flowing. So to me, the point of meditation is not to find silence in the noise. The process is to find peace in the noise and to allow the noise to flow and to allow the thoughts to flow without paying particular attention to them. Now, here's the challenge. I am incredibly ADHD. I am easily distracted. I need something to focus on. Sound and vibration gives you something to focus on. Say goodbye to a distracted mind, say hello to a relaxed being. And the reason for that is because sound and vibration guides the mind, body, and spirit into the depth of that meditative state, that brainwave state, that alpha, theta, delta brainwave state that we talked about just before. Music guides you there. Vibration guides you there. And what happens as you're sitting there thinking of all the things that you could be doing or should be doing, which is what would have happened to me if 8-9 years ago you were like, Craig, I really think meditation would be good for you. You should go sit underneath that tree and quiet the mind for a little bit. I would have laughed at you like, there's no way. But sitting on our meditation cushion or laying on our sound lounge, I'm losing myself in the music. And before I know it, I wake up. I laid down for a sound lounge session. This was 3-4 days ago. It was Thursday or Friday. And I run myself ragged. I'm a go, just like anybody else. Like I mentioned, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm building a business. It's exploding right now. I have an incredible wife that I'm with for 16 years. I have a 4.5-year-old daughter. I have an incredible friend group. My front door is like a revolving door. There's always stuff going on here. So I was tired and I needed to lay down. So I did a 33-minute sound lounge session. And I said to my housemate, Ben, I said, hey, bud, look, make sure I'm up at 4:30. And because I got another podcast to record, I got to do my live. I got a few things that I got to do, but I just need some rest and restoration during the day. I laid down. I'm not kidding. It felt like it was 3 minutes. And before I knew it, I had his hand on my foot and he was like, hey, buddy, time to wake up. And I was like, no way. Like, it's 4:30. I said to him, like, I took off the headphones and I was like, it's 4:30 already? And he was like, Yeah, it's 4:30. And sure enough, I looked at my watch. It was 4:33. It was 4:05. Like 3 minutes ago. So, and I knocked right out. Right? I was exhausted. I knew I needed sleep. So I activated myself and I gave myself that shortcut and I gave myself that high efficiency rest. And really there's just nothing like it.
Yeah, it's incredible. So I want to do a couple things. I want to have you walk us through the technology just a little bit, give us a little bit of background on how that technology actually functions. And then I also want to talk about some of the other components that go along with it, with the app and the frequencies and how frequencies can kind of, treat different modalities that you may be suffering with, whether it be stress, whether it be anxiety, whether it be trauma, whether it be a number of different things that it can treat. And, as you become more of a practitioner, you really start finding frequencies that really resonate with you. Like me personally, I found that 111 hertz, that is my go-to when I need sleep. I pop that
That's
on,
awesome.
even if I just do the audio, 17 to 20 minutes and I'm out like a light. I'll do that in conjunction with the meditation cushion in the bed. Forget about it.
So awesome. Look, you can run that meditation cushion next to your bed and your body will pick up on the frequencies,
Absolutely.
especially as you've listened to that music meditation over and over and over again. The body, mind, and spirit accesses that muscle memory and you will pick up on the vibrations even across the room or in your entire house. There are days where I leave my sound lounge running all day. There are days where I actually just through my Sonos sound system, I just play frequencies and I stream them all day long in the background. There's a lot of different ways that you can use our technology. So let's talk about it.
Yep.
So inside all of our hardware is is 2 or 4 of these. Well, one of these, Rob. That's a great pickup right there. That is our Sound Lounge 2, and underneath our Sound Lounge 2, you will see 4 of these. They're called tactile transducers. It's what actually creates the vibration. You'll see the red and black pins, and it just plugs in like any other audio equipment, and it translates sound into vibration. Specifically, these activate between 20 and 200 hertz. Anything below 100 hertz, you are feeling, you're not hearing. So let's talk about that for a second. So the human ear has a frequency response of 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. These headphones that I'm listening to, these are InHarmony headphones, and they react between 8 hertz and 25,000 hertz outside of the frequency response of the human ear. From the tips of our fingers to the tips of our toes to the top of our head, in our skin, we have something called a mechanoreceptor. That mechanoreceptor, the frequency range of the changes in pressure in our skin, it's how we perceive touch through the brain. That change in pressure is known as a mechanoreceptor. The mechanoreceptor activates between 5 hertz and 300 hertz. 5 hertz and 300 hertz. So this is what we're stimulating when you're sitting on that cushion, laying on our practitioner massage table or the Sound Lounge 2. We are stimulating your sense of touch through the mechanoreceptors and stimulating your hearing either through the headphones or through the high fidelity speakers that are built into the hardware. So this gives us 2 of your 5 senses that we are in essence harmonizing at the same time. You are hearing the same things that you are feeling. And this creates a 3-dimensional, fully immersive sound experience that makes you feel as though you are inside the music. It's a very unique feeling. It's very much like being front row at a concert or at a nightclub that's playing, unbelievably loud music, although it's not damaging to the ears, it's not painful, it's not overly abusive to the body, and instead it's all, we do it all with a 200-watt amplifier. It's just not a lot of power because you are directly connected. It is a direct transference of energy. That vibratory energy is going straight to your body in a very unique way.
Yeah.
So the technology is really powerful. I wish I could tell you it was this magical technology. The reality is it's just sound and vibration. But when you are harmonizing what you're feeling with what you are hearing, it just has this really remarkable impact on your physiology.
Yeah, the technology is incredibly profound, and it's so hard to try to articulate it to people unless they actually have an experience. And so,
Yeah.
A couple things we do is we incorporated the technology as a modality inside of the wellness center to give people an opportunity to come in and relax. Whether it's on lunch, we've got a number of different things at our facility. They can take a time during the day and they can just pop in, hit a quick session, and then pop back out and continue on with their day. But InHarmony as a whole, there's also a lot of the products that are use case products at home, right? So you can use the meditation cushions at home. We have them in our facility for group meditation to have that bonding community experience. But these are also products that you can have at home, along with the sound lounge and the practitioner and the massage table and everything else. I highly
Absolutely.
I talk with people in the wellness space all the time, and if they're a massage practitioner, I tell them, you guys absolutely need to have a table, because if you can couple the vibroacoustic therapy along with your massage, you want to talk about an absolutely incredible experience. That is one of them. So
You nailed it. I mean, look, yes, until you feel it, you really cannot appreciate it. Here's what's incredible about your facility and what you're building. First of all, you're going to grow and you're going to expand. So presumably somebody's watching this right now on your website. They're learning about all these different modalities. They're probably learning about vibroacoustic therapy for the first time. They're probably learning about many of the other modalities that you've paired with it. And they're learning and they're educating themselves. Until you actually feel it, to build on what you had said before, until you actually feel what vibroacoustic therapy feels like, it feels absolutely incredible. Look, I'm totally biased. This is my business. It's what I do for a living. And I use our technology every single day. My daughter, who we've now had a couple of interruptions that nobody's aware of except us as we're recording this, my daughter uses the Sound Lounge almost every day as well. She comes home from school. She had a rough day. She'll literally say, Dad, can you set me up on the Sound Lounge? And she will lay down for 2 or 3 minutes. She's 4.5. It used to be 30 seconds. Now it's 2 or 3 minutes. And one day it will be a full 22-minute session. Everybody in my family uses the Sound Lounge. I feel off kilter when I don't use the Sound Lounge because I'm dealing with so much every single day. And it's beautiful and it's amazing. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I want more and more and more, because I know I can handle it, because every single day I'm getting on the Sound Lounge. It is so soothing and relaxing to feel the depth of that relaxed state. It's just really something that you need to experience. And one of the things that I absolutely love about your facility is, one, that you have 10 cushions, a practitioner 2, a Sound Lounge 2, is that you're opening this up and giving people access in their local community, giving New Yorkers, and which I'm from New York, absolutely love it, giving them access to this incredible technology, and yes, giving them something that they can come home with. You're going to have friends and family that are coming to visit your facility. This is the Olson family. They're absolutely incredible. They're up in Salt Lake City. But you're going to have friends and family that bring in their friends and family that are visiting. Your clients are going to have friends and family visiting, and yeah, absolutely, they're going to be able to bring this home with them, and they're going to be able to do it through your facility. So this is something that I'm honored, the partnership that I'm honored to have. And really, I don't have any Sound Lounge facilities around the country. I'm a direct-to-consumer brand with a website. The way that we do this is by feet on the ground, which is you and your facility. So I am honored to be partnered with you and honored to be able to share this experience with so many people.
yeah, and we are equally. I mean, the partnership that we've been able to form and the friendship that we've been able to form, pulling these technologies in, it's kind of fits the mold of all the technologies that we've brought together. It's really about relationships, and it's about really high quality, top notch technology. When we built this facility that is also franchised, that'll be rolling out in April of 2025, we wanted to pair the absolute best technologies in the specific modalities to give people access. And that's really what it's all about, is giving people access. So we really streamlined the process of the wellness facility. We made it very cost effective to be able to open a facility, run a facility. We took care of all of the back end infrastructure, all of the systems, to make it a very, very easy facility to operate. But more importantly, give people access to technology that most people have never even experienced before.
Yeah.
That was kind of the goal of what we set out when we looked at expanding our facility and our location. So we're super excited for the partnership as well.
I'm honored to be on that list. And look, there are several manufacturers of what we do. I am, like I said, totally biased. I truly believe that we are the best of the best. Our growth, our expansion, our music meditations, our media company, all of it is all done with me as a consumer in mind. I mean, it's easy to sit as the president or co-founder of a business, but I'm also a consumer. I'm both somebody who probably buys too much stuff on Amazon, probably buys too many products elsewhere. I'm also somebody who uses the sound lounge every single day. I run like a kid in a candy store to my sound lounge every time a new music meditation comes out. I work with Anthony week in and week out on all of our new music meditations that we're creating. We're at 193 as of today. We add 4 or 5 some weeks, but every single week we're adding new music meditations, then taking those as extended music meditations, putting them up on YouTube, and then splicing them as shorter music meditations, less than 11 minutes, and putting those out on all of the streaming services. So we truly want to touch humanity with the power of sound and vibration. And I know it's good because I use it every single day. And I don't use it because I have to use it. I use it because I want to use it. I found Dom 8 years ago because 3 of my friends called and they were like, hey, you got to get down and you got to see Dom. I bought one of our first 10 units. I wasn't employed. They weren't offering me a job. I literally just bought one. And I was like, this is incredible. It's everything I've been looking for. I love it. I want one. And I bought one. And then we had 9 left. And I was like, do you need some help? Like, can I help out? And I started with business development and marketing. And before you know it, I sweat into the company. I bought into the company. And now I'm one of the co-founders of the business. So it's an exciting growth path. It's an even more exciting modality. It's unbelievably powerful.
Yeah. And you guys really do. You run such an incredible company. I mean, even when we first were introduced and began, cultivating this relationship together, the response time and the direct communication and access and how much time you spend cutting content and getting the information out in front of people is incredible. And there's not very many companies around that do that. And a lot of companies lose in this space, especially the wellness space, because it's so saturated. They really lose touch with the end user and the end community. And that was probably one of the biggest things that attracted us, in addition to the technology, because the technology is absolutely fabulous. But separate from that, just the company and how the company's ran and how you have managed to stay connected to the end consumer is just absolutely incredible.
I appreciate that. Look, it's like I said, at the end of the day, I am a consumer as much as I am a co-founder of this business. It drives me batshit crazy, pardon the expression, when I can't get somebody on the phone
Yeah.
for some company or product that I bought.
Yep.
If you go to my website, my phone number is literally at the top of the page. Call Craig. I have questions, call Craig. I clear out my desk. I clear off my desk. I have 2,645 unread emails right now. My team is regularly combing through there and picking out the ones that I need to respond to. Otherwise, the junk just sits there.
Yeah.
So that I don't, because that's not the highest and best use of my time. The highest and best use of my time is either creating content just like this or talking to our customers, whether it's customer service or whether it's prospective client. That's my highest and best use, is serving our community, being passionate and sharing my passion for these products and talking to people about what we're building, how we're building it, how we're innovating, what we were thinking when we came out with our meditation cushion, what music meditations are coming out next. So, and look, by the way, that's the stuff that I really enjoy doing. I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy getting introduced to people. I enjoy the relationship aspect of this business. And by the way, I enjoy the feedback and the stories. You just had on the screen our reviews that are on our website. 100% of those are authentic. 100% of those come from existing customers that are using our technology. Many of them are writing it while they're on our technology. Like, I just had to get up and tell you how incredible this was. I can't even tell you the text messages that I get. I am so blissed out and so blessed on some of these text messages that I get. Sometimes it's in an email and it's a book of how our technology has touched this person's life. How they're dealing with grief, or they're dealing with a challenge, or they're dealing with something, and our technology helped them pull through. It's the stuff that lights me up and pushes me forward every single day. And I am so grateful to be doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's what we're all here for. We're trying to better our lives. We're trying to better humanity and have that connection and that touch point to people, right? And even from the vibroacoustic side of things, or the vibration side of things, I mean, that's how we all function. We all function off frequency and vibration. We're exposed to it every day.
Yeah.
People around you, the environment around you, and we always are talking about the importance of relationships. And you look at how we built our wellness centers, the entire thing was built on relationships. Every single aspect of everything that we do is 100% relationship driven, whether it's relationships with our partner companies, whether it's relationships with our clients, whether it's relationships with investors. It's the whole entire process was built around relationships. And so they're so incredibly important. So, again, I am so thankful to have been, have met you and been exposed to InHarmony as a company. And I am super excited for some of the cool stuff that we're going to be exposing with people, and some of the things that we're going to build. We're going to get pretty creative with some of the things we do. We were already talking. I was on the cushions last night with my wife. We were doing some testing, and I said, what would be really cool? My daughters are very heavily into music, and I said, come here. I said, you want to experience music a totally different way? I'm going to not play you the soundtrack stuff, and I'm going to play you some of your music through the cushion, through the headphones, and I want you to just feel how the music just comes through differently. And I said, oh, you know what? You know what we're going to do? We're going to do a couple of theme nights where we're just going to put some playlists together, and we're going to have people come in, hang out, do music, sit on the cushions, hang out. So we're going to do some super cool stuff.
So look, I think it's an absolute look when musicians get on our technology. So here's the thing that was really important to me as we were designing this, along with Dominic, my business partner. You can listen to anything you want. Mm-hmm. The entire lexicon, the entire library of known music is available to you.
Yeah.
We were just talking in one of our chats about The Wall, about Dark Side of the Moon. I mean, you name it. So we actually, one of our affiliates, John Hill, spectacular human being down in Florida. He uses our hardware in a recovery center, and he is their VAT technician at the recovery center. 8 hours a day. He has 8 sessions with 2 people in recovery. Each. They have 2 sound lounges next to each other. John has 2 people in the room for an hour every single day. He uses our music, but he also uses, his favorite question to ask is, what year did you turn 21? And he goes back to that year, and he has an entire reference of a playlist of pop music that sounds and feels amazing on our hardware. This playlist, I asked him if he would start a playlist and manage a playlist for InHarmony Media. It's called Till the Last Note, and it's up on Spotify. We have 2 playlists. There's actually a second playlist that's more advanced, if you will. And this is pop music that sounds and feels amazing on our hardware. And I highly recommend you pull some of the music meditations from that as you're creating your own music meditations. If your daughter is making music, I'm happy to link her up with Anthony, who makes our music, so we can give her some pointers as some things that she can do to create the lower strings on a guitar sound and feel amazing. Bass guitar sounds amazing. The lower strings of a harp sound and feel amazing. Like, there's a lot of really cool things that you can do with a mixing board as an input to our hardware. And the sky really is the limit. So I'm excited to see what you do, what you build, and I'm excited to come to New York and come to your space and check it all out.
Yeah, it's going to be incredible. That actually, when you brought up Pink Floyd, that's actually funny, because that was the first request in to have a theme night, was to do a Pink Floyd night. In our supplement line, we're also paired with a CBD company, so we're like, hey, let's do a CBD night and a Pink Floyd music night. So
absolutely,
like I said, we're going to get pretty creative with things, and we'll make sure we share that with the masses. And again, it's just all about exposing the technology to the masses, and really giving them an understanding of and access, and know that, hey, you have tools available to you that can help you manage certain aspects of your life, stress especially, without having to utilize medication, without having to utilize pharmaceutical, medication to kind of control that, right? And so we're starting to see the emergence of more of these technologies become prevalent, and how much more successful their use cases are without any of the side effects.
Yeah. Look, we all know music is medicine, right? Yeah. Your music moves you. Whatever music you love moves you. And aside from classical, which doesn't really have the low end response, just about any other genre or music sounds and feels amazing through the cushion, the massage table, the practitioner, and the sound lounge too. sounds absolutely and feels absolutely incredible. It's like you're front row at a concert.
Yep, that's what we compare it to all the time. It's the best way that I can describe it is it's like you're standing right in front of a stack at a
Yeah.
concert. And
Yeah, but you're not hurting your ears, and
right,
you're helping your body to feel its best.
absolutely. Well, Craig, thank you very much for jumping on, sharing time with us, and going through the technology. Again, we are so blessed to have this partnership, and we look forward to all the cool stuff we're going to be bringing to all of our clients at NuME Wellness Centers.
Anytime, Jason. Grateful to be here and very much looking forward to shooting again. Thank you.
Absolutely.